Are you tired of the same old pro wrestling? Then check out the amazing action on Powerslam.tv, the biggest indie pro wrestling channel in the world. Get over 3,000 hours of the best pro wrestling events from over 100 of the biggest names in the industry from over 15 countries around the globe. Get your free trial today at Powerslam.tv.
This is your main man RJ from the Ringside Rant, heard only on the Visionaries Wrestling Network. So go over and subscribe across all your major platforms, iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, and Stitcher to hear every great interview I have every Monday on the Visionaries Wrestling Network. Go over and follow the show's page on Twitter @_Ringside Rant. Follow the network's page @BizWrestleNet. And, as always, embrace the vision.
Hello, friends. This is Spencer Love, your host of Over the Top Rope on the Win Column Sports Network. Don't forget you can head to wincolumnsports.ca for all of your previews, reviews, and breaking news from the world of wrestling, be it your major promotions or from the great province of Alberta, Canada. Now, back to Sounds of Struggle with your hosts, Chris Parrish and Meniac.
With episode 105 of the Sounds of Struggle. I'm Chris Parrish.
I don't know who I am tonight. I'm everybody. I am literally everyone.
Ooh.
All 10 listeners.
Ooh, that can be very saucy.
Mm-hmm. I'm your wife.
Yeah, she doesn't listen to anything. Trust me. I know.
I don't know what that means. How dare you speak of me so ill? You take that back.
No.
Take that back, husband.
She had to buy a board. A calendar board for the house. Just to remember the things I've said to her that she doesn't remember.
What the fuck is a calendar board?
So it's one of those, like, boards you put on the wall with, like, erasable marker.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just so I can write down where I'm gonna wrestle next. So when I tell her, she doesn't forget.
Well, to be fair, I mean, you wrestle a lot.
Yeah, still. It's pretty much just take away Saturdays and you should know I'm doing some Saturdays. Yeah, and I'm usually coming back from said town on Sunday. Unless it's in Edmonton. Then I'll be back very early Sunday morning.
Still Sunday.
I know.
There you go.
Anyway. You know who's not going back?
I don't know, the Muslims?
No, Tulowitzki ain't going back to the Blue Jays.
Oh, we're starting there. Okay, let's start there.
I mean, we have to segue somehow.
Fair enough. Too low. It's no longer a Blue Jay.
$38 million to say we don't want you to play for our team anymore.
That seems like a big buyout. Like a big fucking buyout.
I mean, what does that say about what they thought the distraction he would have brought?
Yeah. You think they try to trade him or something?
Well, do you think that they wouldn't have bought him out had they known that trade would have been out there?
I don't know. It's the Blue Jays. Toronto teams can be stupid.
That's true.
Why do I cheer for one? I'm stupid.
I don't know.
I might change my allegiance.
I denounced the Blue Jays as my team years ago. And I suggest you do the same.
I might
until they start winning again.
If they have a terrible year where if they don't win at least...
Their GM says he doesn't even plan on winning this season.
If they don't win at least a third of their games this year, I'm changing my allegiance. I already have a team in mind, and I'll change that team.
Who's that team?
I'm not saying.
Come on.
No, not doing it. They are...
Is it the Expos?
Yeah, it is. It's, they're,
Are they the White Sox?
No. Close, though.
Red Sox?
No.
Cubs?
Yeah. I always like the Cubs. I like every Chicago team. I don't know. I'm just a sucker for Chicago.
So you have to like the White Sox too, then?
No. I don't have to. They're on the south side. They're in the dangerous part of the city. I don't like them.
No.
The
They
Cubs
play the mean ball.
The Cubs play in the north side, and it's safe for regular people like us.
They play in the chewing gum field.
Yeah, Wrigley.
The only ballpark that has ivory in it.
There you go. Because there's an elephant, right?
No, because they have ivory in their ballpark.
Oh, I
Like
like that.
on the fence, there's ivory all over
Oh, fair enough.
with the brick wall.
Well, there you go.
And this is the team you're going to cheer for.
I didn't say I knew a lot about them. When it came down to me starting to watch baseball a few years ago, it was between the Cubs and the Blue Jays. I decided to choose the Blue Jays because they were exciting. I chose poorly.
Not Canadian?
Yeah. I chose poorly. I'll admit that. My team sucks.
So,
How about J.A. Happ getting a 2-year deal from the Yankees?
yeah. It's been reported all day
You got a
that,
2-year deal? Wait, a 3-year deal. Wait, a 2-year deal.
well, apparently wanted a 3-year deal for the security. But he ends up having a 2 years. Now, how much is this contract worth?
I don't know.
Well, that's very informative.
Right? In the meantime...
Now I know why we only have the 10 listeners.
Yeah, I blame you for that.
What?
Rays and Morton agreed to a 2-year, $30 million deal. Now, let me look up baseball.
And the pausing continues.
Yeah. It doesn't say. It'll just keep him in Yankees until 2021. That's all it says. Literally all it says.
You always say this is why we can't have nice things.
Well, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that's all Score's fault.
Well, I have. J.A. Happ has reported agreed on the deal that will keep the left-hander in the Bronx for the next 2 seasons, plus a vesting option for 2021.
Doesn't give you a number.
They still have not released it
You haven't been released.
because they say more to come. Therefore, the numbers have not been released yet.
He basically signed a blank check.
Pretty much.
$400 trillion!
No, I've seen this movie before. He could do a lot of stupid things. Blank Check movie. Yeah? No?
No idea what you're talking about.
You never seen that movie?
Blank check?
Yeah?
No.
Buddy.
Who's in it?
I don't even know. Don't even know the guy's name. I just know it's a kid that ended up getting a blank check, so he filled it in for $1 million as a fake guy, and then cashed it in, had fun, got caught at the end, and then, yeah.
Went to jail.
But, I mean, he had some fun with that $1 million.
Well, fuck. Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I would.
Also, the Texans got Lance Lynn for a 3-year, $30 million deal. I don't know who that is. I don't know why we're doing so much on baseball right now. Maybe just because everyone's signing.
The Houston Texans also are in football, not baseball.
Yeah, it says Texans. I don't know.
So that would be a NFL
I don't know.
deal.
See, I don't know anything about baseball. Or football, for that matter. Here's one for baseball. Smith, Baines go to Cooperstown, which I'm assuming is their Hall of Fame. Lee Smith and Harold Baines.
Do you perhaps mean the Texas Rangers
Sure, whatever.
agreed to a 3-year, $30 million deal with Lance Lynn?
Sure.
Because I am looking at the same app you are, and I am reading it.
Man, I'm not paying attention because I don't care. I just figure that some of our 10, maybe one of our 10 listeners out there likes baseball. I don't fucking know.
Now, they're also saying, though, the White Sox are the aggressive frontrunner for Bryce Harper.
Yes.
Which means, through my theory of, not really theory, but my favorite team being whoever Bryce Harper plays on,
You could be a White Sox fan.
I'm apparently being aggressively sought after by the Chicago White Sox to be having...
Well, there you go.
by
I'll
having-
cheer for the North. You cheer for the South. The South will rise again.
Oh,
There we go.
Viva la resistance.
The most dollars, even though they're not ready to win. Now,
I don't know what that is. What is that? The most dollars? I want all the dollars.
But they're not ready to win.
I want all the dollars!
Speaking of not ready to win,
Who are we talking about now?
well, we could talk either one of it. Like, that could have gone either way in sports. Because
Chicago won tonight!
Yeah.
Woo! Broke like a 6-game win or losing streak, 7-game losing streak.
Yeah.
About fucking time!
Against the Pittsburgh Penguins.
The Penguins.
Yeah, where Rust got the hat trick.
Yes, an
Out of
effort.
all the guys to expect goals from the Pittsburgh Penguins, it was
Good
not
old
Malkin,
Rusty.
not Crosby. It was Rust.
Big old Brian Rusty Shackelford.
And Brandon Rust.
Same thing. I fucking know. I don't care. He's on the losing team. Fuck that guy.
Anyway, yeah, but then also my team, the Oilers. You know, we're not doing too shabby now in the playoffs.
For now.
Hey.
Hopefully it continues.
After an 8-2-1 streak in their last 11 under the realm of one Ken Hitchcock.
Yes.
After beating the Colorado Avalanche 6-4 last night.
There you go.
How
There
about
you go.
them apples?
How about all of them apples?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got nothing to say about that.
No,
That's good for you guys.
I haven't really watched much hockey, but it's nice to know that the Oilers are actually doing a little bit of all right lately.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they started off hot in October, shat the bed in November,
All the beds are shattered today.
and then they apparently changed the sheets in December. So,
There you go.
you know,
Speaking of which, you see that Ryan Reeves nailed Wilson with the blindside hit?
yeah,
And he was ejected from game, avoided suspension, but then he started signing pictures of that hit. I think that's hilarious.
And then a lot of people got mad at him, so he stopped.
Ah, fuck, I think that's great. I'd buy one of those pictures. That's awesome. Good for him. Oh, speaking of the Penguins, they're testing the trade market for Phil Kessel, apparently.
Trademarking.
I said Marquette, motherfucker.
Oh, the trademark, yeah.
Marquette.
Apparently they were looking at trades with him at the beginning of the year, and it's died off in the recent weeks.
And I know that my Blackhawks are also shopping around Manning and Ruda.
Yeah.
What about you guys? You start shopping anybody?
I really hope they're shopping
McDavid?
defenseman named Matt Benning.
McDavid?
No. If they're shopping Connor McDavid, then I want that person to be shot.
Shot.
Just shot.
Should have shot.
Just shot.
You know who else is shopping? Apparently, St. Louis is shopping everyone.
Well,
Apparently, including Tarasenko. No one's safe on that team, apparently. That's the reports going around from different GMs in the league that everyone, including Tarasenko, is available
you know,
for
with,
the right price.
with the off season that team had, I'm absolutely stunned that team cannot win a game right now.
Also throwing it out there, I said this months ago once we saw the team coming together. Buffalo, they're kicking ass.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, no, they're not going to be good. Still, it's Buffalo. Look where they are. They're killing it.
For
They're
now.
that young, scrappy team. I like to say that as of right now, I'm
If
right.
they were to keep this up for a few more months, they are this year's Vegas.
Exactly.
Every year we see one team that just somehow just does well, makes the playoffs. Couldn't see it coming. This could be the Buffalo year.
It could be. It'd be nice. It'd be interesting.
But a little different.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to see like a Toronto-Buffalo playoff series.
Yeah.
I mean, they're pretty much, right across the lake from each other?
Maybe 5-hour drive, if that.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Matthews and Marner. They're going to be debuting on the Nutcracker on NBC as Cannon Dolls. Why? Why are they doing stuff like this outside during hockey season? It's not like it's to raise money for charity. They're just doing it.
So they're portraying dolls.
Well, I don't know how much you know about the Nutcracker, but there are dolls. There are nut-cracking dolls.
I'm just going to leave that one
Exactly.
alone.
Crack nut dolls. And they're portraying two, and basically in the background. I just don't understand why it's necessary.
Yeah. So that Nylander got his first point as this of the season,
Yes.
and they beat the Hurricanes That is more hockey related than them playing as dolls.
They're both a couple of fucking pretty boys. It's still hockey related because they play hockey. Also, Zach Hyman suspended for 2 games for his late hit on McAvery.
McAvoy.
Same thing. You'll never convince me to say it the other way. Fuck that shit. It's McAvery.
There's no E or R in the name.
It's McAvery. I'll never say it any other way. You know who does have an R in his name? Andrew Ferentz. There's a segue.
Yeah.
Did you hear all the stuff he was saying?
Oh, I did.
What do you think? What are your thoughts?
Well, I think if he was supposed to be brought in to change the culture of the room
He failed.
and the team, he really fucking failed as a captain.
But can you fully blame him if he tried and they're just not listening? Like, what can he do?
Yeah, because then the seat should have been taken off you.
But what as a captain, what do you do? Do you fight them? What do you
You
do?
got to challenge them. You have to.
But what if he did and nothing changed? Because I didn't hear the whole interview. I just heard little clips.
And then
of
he's
it.
not the right guy to hold the seat.
Then who should have held it? I mean, I think honestly that at that point it didn't matter who was on the team as a captain.
To be honest, that was during his time with the Oilers. I did not understand why we even had a captain to begin with, because I could not see one guy who stood out until that team got a Connor McDavid, and you actually saw that player, like, he literally stood out over every single human being in that locker room. I don't understand why they even had a captain to begin with. Ryan Smith, maybe, as that guy.
Yeah,
Ryan Smith, I saw more of a captain than Andrew Ferentz.
fair enough.
At least Ryan Smith, he commands your respect. And he does exactly what he says he wants from you. And then he says, look, I can't do the pretty stuff. That's you. But what I'll do is I'll go in those tough areas. I'll battle. I'll work hard. And I'll do that because that's how much I want to give back to the team that has given me everything. He commands your respect. He demands it. On the ice, you respect him for it. He was a captain.
Fair enough.
Andrew Ferentz also was just handpicked as a captain.
Wasn't he picked by Chiarelli?
Yeah,
Because he won a cup with Chiarelli?
I think so.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, also look at the insider, looking at the outsider there. When you're an Oiler and you're looking at this guy, they just signed him and they gave him a seat, what does that say to you guys? That can also go 2 different ways as well.
Fair enough. So what you're saying is Ferentz is shit and shut the fuck up?
No, I'm just saying that, everything Ferentz said, there's also a second opinion of what everybody else on the team thought as well.
I just find it weird that out of nowhere he suddenly starts saying this. Like,
But
what prompted this?
Well, what does that say about his leadership skills, where afterwards he actually exposes all this information? Shouldn't a real leader have kept this quiet to begin with and kept it to, just not said anything at all?
I don't know.
You don't see past captains. You don't see, Jerome McGinley coming out and saying, hey, the reason why I didn't win
He
as
was
a
also
player-
on successful teams, though.
Huh?
He was also on
He was
successful
on Pittsburgh
teams.
once.
Yeah. And Boston.
Yeah.
And Colorado. And LA.
But, you don't see all these other captains just going on a podcast and just exposing all this information
I'm wondering
why their teams didn't win.
Out of nowhere, why was this brought up suddenly? Yeah. It seems like it's very unprovoked. Because I didn't listen to the podcast either. Did they bring it up? I don't know. I don't know.
Again, I question who he is as an actual leader because of how he decided to handle this.
Fair enough. Speaking of some leaders, we have some leaders that got hurt and suspended.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Duchesne and Ryan from Ottawa both hurt. Duchesne with a groin, Ryan with a concussion. So they're gone.
Now, do you think Duchesne will remain a Senator after the season?
Is he up after this?
I think this might be a contract year.
I don't know. They kind of he's clicking up until the injury. He's clicking this year, but after those comments, it's like I don't know. Maybe they'll trade him.
He also might get a lot of money just to stay there, though.
It's very true. Maybe he will. Maybe he will. I don't know.
I think it all depends on what he actually wants long-term wise. If he wants to win and he's willing to take a little bit of a pay cut to win and play in a better atmosphere, or does he take all out of the money now and then
Yeah.
you know, maybe expect a couple rough years before things even look to get better.
I know he does enjoy Ottawa, like the location, because he's from Halliburton. It's not too far. It's only a couple hours from Halliburton. So, I don't know. I guess it all depends on what he wants, really. I can see one of two things. Either their team is going to continue to self-destruct and people are just going to leave, ask for trades, whatever the case is. Or what they have now, they're going to build upon. They're actually going to get better. Because they've had flashes of actually being quite a good team this year.
Well, they always have a chance when you have a goalie like Craig Anderson willing to battle and steal some games for you.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true. Also, the Flames, they're first in Pacific.
Yeah.
And nobody cares!
No, did you find out if they actually won tonight or not?
I have no idea. Because nobody cares!
I do, and the reason why is because right now, going into today, the Oilers are sitting 2 games behind them. So if they lost, that means if the Oilers win their next game, they're only 1 win away from catching them.
Fair enough. I know they haven't had Giordano or Lundberg because they were both suspended.
Yeah.
Giordano got suspended 2 games for kneeing. Lundberg 1 game for instigating a fight in the last 5 minutes, plus leaving the bench.
The Flames right now are down 5-3 with 4 minutes left in the third.
Well, it's not out of reach, but
They're against Philadelphia. You never know.
yeah, that is Philly. Yeah.
And right now, Vegas defeated the Islanders 3-2, and Anaheim is up 1-0 on Dallas after 1.
Cool. Now, let's get into something that I'm excited about.
XFL?
No, staying with hockey for a minute.
Okay.
2021 World Juniors are coming back to Edmonton and Red Deer.
Yeah.
You bet your ass I'm going.
Yeah, did you hear the breakdown of who gets what games?
No.
Edmonton gets all Canada games and all medal games.
That is exciting.
Apparently, Red Deer's only going to get selective round-robin games. That is all.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah.
Not because Red Deer doesn't get it. Just I've never had a chance to go see the World Juniors. And, like when I was younger, it was in Toronto area, but I was younger. I didn't have money.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to go. I actually have money now. I could actually go. This is fucking exciting. I am going to dress to the nines in red and white. Gonna go and cheer my balls off. You better bet your ass I'm doing it.
You mean we're doing it?
Well, I wasn't gonna speak for you, but yes, if you want to, absolutely, let's do it. Texas style.
Cool.
Uh-huh.
I'm worried.
I do find it weird.
I don't want to wear a cowboy hat, though.
No, fair enough. I do find it weird this year in Vancouver, Victoria, that's hosting it this year. Canada's not playing U.S. in the round robin. They're in the opposite pool.
Yeah.
I mean, I know this has happened before, but it doesn't happen often, and it's a little shocking. We're playing Russia on the 31st.
You know what? I actually think Edmonton and Russia actually... Or, sorry.
Edmonton?
Well, I mean... Them two. But Canada and Russia actually have just as storied of a rivalry in hockey as Canada and the United States.
I think the only difference being is that U.S. happens more just because we're next to each other. The NHL is Canada, U.S. But yeah, I agree with the 72 Summit Series and then doing other, basically, World Championships where we face Russia more often than not, at least in the qualifying
especially with the World
semifinals.
Juniors, I think Canada and Russia tend to have a bigger rivalry than any other countries.
Yep, I agree. I mean, statistically, you look at it.
Maybe Sweden, Finland, I would actually give them that one.
Yeah, but not to be a dick, but they usually battle it out for bronze.
Yeah, but they still battle it out all the time.
Well, that's true. Yeah, it's not easy being on top, but we pull it off.
You know what?
I'm actually liking the looks of this team, too, like we talked about last week with the roster being announced. Don't get me wrong, there are teams that look like they're going to be good. Sweden looks like they're
great. You know who
great.
I think is going to look amazing in this tournament?
The U.S.?
No.
Russia?
Or their prospect, Evan Bouchard.
Yeah, him too.
Oh, he is going to...
I was going to say, I think it's going to be a battle between Sweden, U.S., Canada, and Russia. I think that'll be your semifinal matches.
I think you're going to see probably Canada in the gold medal.
I hope you're right. I really do.
I'm actually making that a prediction. Canada wins gold this World Juniors.
It would basically come down to if we beat, because how it would cross over, we'd end up facing either U.S. or I can see Canada versus U.S. in the semis. I can see that. I think it'll come down to the 2 medal games will be
I'm going to say Canada, Sweden, gold medal game.
again, just like last year.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
With Canada winning 5-2.
You think so?
Yeah.
That's quite
Write it down.
That's quite the prediction.
We'll see if I'm right.
Yes. I think Russia and U.S. will also be in there. It's going to be come down to those 4 teams. I don't want to be as bold because I don't want to, as stupid as it sounds, jinx it. I don't believe in superstitions at the same time. Why risk it?
Balls.
Balls. Yes, I agree. Balls. I would love to see Canada in the gold again, defending their title again. It's never a good year when Canada loses the World Juniors.
It's in Canada, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, where was it last year?
Buffalo.
Pretty much Canada 2.0.
Fair enough.
Just as much as we think Toronto is an American city, Detroit, Buffalo, pretty much Canadian cities. Especially when it comes to hockey.
Yeah. Fair enough. I hope you're right. When was the last time they were in Canada?
Was it 2 years ago?
You know what? Let me look it up. Let me look it up.
Literally, didn't they always get it every 3 years?
Yeah, it's because it's the only time that it makes money for the IHF.
Double IHF.
It's when it's in North America. Otherwise, they lose money overseas. It's big over there. It's just not as big.
Yeah, it's huge here. We like hockey. Yeah, because wasn't it in Edmonton a couple years ago?
Maybe.
Like the Edmonton, Calgary, Edmonton, Red Deer area. So.
History, no medals.
Yeah, this is the awkward silence.
It's 2010 was Saskatoon, Regina. 11 was Buffalo. 2012 was Calgary, Edmonton, where Canada got bronze because Sweden beat Russia in the finals. Then it was in Russia. Then it was in Sweden. 2015, it was in Toronto, Montreal, where Canada won gold. That was with McDavid. Then I went to Helsinki. And then 2 years ago, it was back in Toronto, Montreal, where Canada lost to U.S. And then last year, it was in Buffalo.
Yeah. Yeah, because also had the outdoor game.
Yeah, and then this year in Vancouver, Victoria. Next year is in Czech Republic. And then 2 years will be, as we said, here, Edmonton, Red Deer. And then Sweden, and then Russia, and then back in Canada in 2024. Which I'm going to bet...
Probably Ontario.
I'm going to say probably either Toronto, Montreal, or it's going to be maybe Saskatchewan somewhere.
Maybe Winnipeg.
Maybe Winnipeg.
Maybe
they have it.
Saskatchewan, Winnipeg.
Yeah, maybe. So, yeah, there's that.
No, what's your idea of maybe, say, putting World Juniors in Seattle, where they will be the home of the 32nd NHL team, as it's official?
I say let them establish a team for a few years, so say 2025, 2026,
because we know they already have the fan base in Seattle with hockey, because the Thunderbirds are a huge success in Seattle.
Yep.
Now, but my thing is you put the juniors in there, you'll see a lot of crossover with that.
Yeah,
age.
no, you're right.
I think Seattle might be a great place to start.
Mid to late 2020s, you'll see them.
You can also do Vancouver, Seattle, because it's very close
with
each other.
I think that would be harder, though, only because you're crossing an international border.
I know, but that's why I think it would be very cool to see as well. Be the first time where you have a Canada-U.S. dual host.
That is true. That is true. Will they do it? Maybe not, but, I mean, maybe.
And we kind of always think of Vancouver as a
piece of shit.
I don't know.
Fair enough.
I mean, I like Seattle, but more than Vancouver.
I've never been. Can't say.
Well, I mean, the nightlife in Vancouver is a lot of fun, but I mean, the day life in Seattle's more fun.
Never been. You'd know better than me.
Yeah.
How about Stamkos reaching 700 career points? First one from the 2008 draft to do it.
Who's the next closest?
2008 draft?
Yeah.
Fucked if I know. I didn't look it up. I just saw that stat on...
Weren't prepared for the question, were ya?
I didn't even think it would be a question. I just saw that that post by the Score, and I'm like, okay, cool, let's talk about it. And then you're all like, let's ask him stupid fucking questions. And while you look that bullshit up, let's move on. Ovechkin passes Bure for most career hat tricks by a Russian-born player at 21. But, as you pointed out earlier, off the podcast, at least Bure has more successful dives.
100%.
Yes, he does.
And
They're two very different players.
Oh, yeah. And in two different games, too.
Yeah. Do you think Bure would flourish now?
Ooh, yeah. Now, yeah, because they, I think this game now really would, if you're an open offensive player, it really, you'd be okay with it. Like, it really, the game's fine. Like, it's an open game now.
Yes.
It's not as clutch and grab as the early 2000s was.
Or 90s, like he played, yeah.
Yeah. Well, even in the 90s, like, he had a lot, like, that's, like, it was changing, but then it didn't know which way it was going to change to, and then it just became the clutch and grab.
Yeah.
Also,
Keith and Seabrook played their 1,000th game together, which is the most by a defensive pairing in NHL history. Now, certain people will say, well, that's why they keep losing.
part of me wants to say it's Erik Karlsson, by the way, in 2008.
Really?
Well, I'm going to go the first round here. You got Stamkos, Doughty, Bogosian, Pietrangelo, Schenn, Filatov, Colin Wilson, Michael Bodker, Josh Bailey, Cody Hodgson, Kyle Beach,
I can see Josh Bailey.
Tyler
Close.
Miles, Colton Tubert, Zach Boychuk, Erik Karlsson. That's your first 15.
Well, Erik Karlsson does get a lot of assists, though.
Now, then you have Joel Colburn, Jay Gartner, Chet Picard, Luka Zabiza, Michael Zotto, Anton Gustafsson, Jordan Eberle, Tyler Kuma, Matthias Tendingby, Greg Nemes, Tyler Ennis, John Carlson, Victor Tikhonov, Dalton Laville, Tom McCullum.
That's a lot of defensemen in that draft.
Yeah.
I'd say either Karlsson or...
Because I don't think Eberle has more points than Karlsson.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
And I don't think Doughty really has that much points.
No, he's much more defensively minded.
I can actually see Pietrangelo having more points than Doughty.
Yep. Yeah, I could. Because they had a thing on Instagram about that, with all the players in each year that have the most points. And I found it hilarious that McDavid has more points from the 2015 draft than 2014 and 13, I believe.
Okay, so right now, Josh Bailey has 387 points in the NHL.
Okay.
I am pulling up Erik Karlsson's stats right now.
In the meantime, Jonathan Taves tonight, with a goal and assist, got his 700th point in the NHL. Congrats to Johnny T.
Karlsson has 518.
Okay, so he would probably be second.
I'm going to pull up Eberle.
Just for fun?
Just for fun.
Just for fun.
Because the Oilers did pick him, so...
Fair enough.
And I'm kind of curious, too.
Well, but in the meantime... Yeah,
he has 441, so he even beats Josh Bailey.
Well, fair enough.
So, Erik Karlsson would be the number 2 guy. I'm actually going to pull up Doughty, because now I'm kind of curious.
Well, fair enough.
On him
but anyways,
Pietrangelo.
Jonathan Taves. That makes me happy. 700 points. That's good. He's my guy.
Ooh, Doughty is 422.
Ah.
So he even beats Bailey.
Wow. Everybody beats Bailey.
Yeah.
Hey, we don't want Bailey.
Just beat her now.
Yeah, right.
Pietrangelo, 357.
Is that more than Bailey?
That is more than Bailey, less than Doughty.
Oh, yeah.
So it is Erik Karlsson who's the second.
Oh, there we go. Now, let's talk about something that we talked about briefly earlier. How about that ref getting the Joey Ryan-style dick goal?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on it?
Should have counted.
And why shouldn't it have counted?
No, it should have counted.
Why should it count it?
Well, why shouldn't it have counted?
I don't know.
That's
I'm asking you.
I
Why
want to
should it
know
count?
what's the difference between it accidentally hitting the ref
In the dick.
anywhere, to it accidentally hitting a board and getting a weird bounce, or any other player.
Like if it gets caught up and say they're trying to clear the puck, hits the ref's skate,
Like,
and then goes in front of the net and they score. That counts.
I just don't understand why it didn't count.
Probably because the ref was injured, maybe. Because he had to actually.
Yeah, but they didn't know he was injured until after the goals. And
I don't know. I'm not saying you're wrong. I think that it probably should have counted too, because it's not like the guy
I
was
just think
shooting
it's
for the
really,
ref,
really funny.
that it hit the ref in the cack.
Right?
Right in the cack.
Right in his whistle.
Right in the cack. Yes.
But yeah, I mean, it sucks for two reasons. For Florida, because that's how it went in the net. And for the ref, because it hit him in the ding-ding.
Ref take it in the ding ding.
And he has 2 bruised nuts. So with the 2 minutes for, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think that's a very unfair way
But no,
to
I agree with you. If it can't be counted,
Like,
make a rule that stating from this point forward, it hits a ref, it's stopped. Okay, fine, but it's not a rule. So I do agree with you. It should
I
have
just
been a
want to
goal.
know why it didn't.
I don't know. That's why I don't understand.
Like, I've never, like, you'll never see that again, probably. And if you do, then it still would probably be funny, but...
Oh, absolutely. But you're right. That should have counted. So, anyway. Let's go to the XFL, like you were talking about earlier. They've announced 8 teams that are going to have a team, or they're going to have teams in the league.
Yeah.
And we start with New York are going to go to MetLife Stadium. And then Dallas, Texas is going to be Global Life Park in Arlington, Texas. Houston is going to have a team in TDECU Stadium. Los Angeles, they'll have a team in StubHub Center, which is that where the Chargers and Rams play? Do you know?
In L.A.?
Yeah.
I don't know, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
Oh, no, never mind. That's in Carson, California, so probably not.
Okay, so I'm looking up and it says, tonight in the NHL, rules we don't discuss often. You can't score by dumping the puck off an official in it.
Well, that's a rule that they probably should mention. I did not know that was a thing. But if it hits a ref, goes in front of the net, and someone shoots it, that counts. I guess because it doesn't go in off a ref. Well, there's your answer. I guess, yeah, it won't. It can't by the definition of
but
the rules. It doesn't count.
One of the on Twitter, one of the guys says, according to the rule book, there should be a goal. It went off Luongo.
Well, there you go.
Kind of funny.
That is kind of funny. Anyways, back to St. Louis also has a team, and the Dome of America Center. Seattle, Washington has a team at CenturyLink Field. Tampa Bay will have a team at Raymond James Stadium, and Washington, D.C. will have a team out of Audi Field. My question to you, which we briefly talked about,
Yeah.
who could be the next 4 to 8 cities that could have a team, assuming XFL is successful?
Well, the
Let's
next...
just hypothetically state that, hey, they're going to play from February, like mid to late February onwards until the NFL starts again. So they have no football to compete against. Who is the next? Let's just list up to 8 cities that could host.
Well, I easily would go Chicago for 1.
Yes.
Philadelphia for 2.
Philly, okay.
Phoenix for 3.
Really, Phoenix.
San Antonio.
Okay.
San Diego.
Okay.
Like for just
San Diego
name,
getting a team back, that actually makes sense, yeah.
like just to name 5 teams, like right away, or 5 cities.
What about Minneapolis?
Well, and then that's what I said. And then you look in the Minnesota area, so that's an easy 6.
What about Detroit?
What about Las Vegas?
Vegas.
So there you go. You got 8 right there and
Yep.
there. And that's not even said. Like, what about a team in the Louisiana state?
Yeah.
Whether it's Baton Rouge or
As I say,
New
Louisiana
Orleans.
doesn't. Besides, like New Orleans Saints, they really have nothing.
They
in
have the
that state.
Pelicans.
I say, but in the state other than New Orleans, they really have nothing.
Yeah.
They have NCAA.
We can also talk Pittsburgh here.
Pittsburgh would be smart. What about somewhere like?
Or Buffalo.
Yeah, that would be. What about somewhere?
But then again, Buffalo football in Buffalo doesn't always work out.
Well, every league needs a jobber team.
Right.
So this year NHL has Chicago. So there's that. Although we won tonight. What about somewhere like, just throwing it out there, Utah? They have one team. It's a basketball team. Why not expand?
They might not be able to afford it. They might not have the resources too.
Okay, what about Orlando, Miami? There's nothing in Florida. I lied. There's Tampa Bay. I'm an idiot. Point is, you can do Orlando or Miami. They could both do it. Or what about Jacksonville? Or
Jacksonville's
North or South
one.
Carolina somewhere.
Yeah. I just think it's very easy to expand if it becomes successful. Yeah. Also, just because it's successful doesn't mean it can't expand north of the border as well.
That would be awesome. I think that would, because you remember the original XFL, they were the ones who brought in that camera that hung above the field. They were the original ones to do that.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon, breaking down fucking barriers.
That actually was not a Vince McMahon idea. That was actually a Mike Ditka idea.
Doesn't matter. Vince McMahon's name on it. Fuck Mike Ditka.
He's a Chicago-born guy.
Okay. Okay. Vince McMahon trumps
You got to take that back down. No.
Not even a little bit. Nope. I have to stand by it because I fucking said it. I'm proud of it, but I said it. But they did stuff like that. It breaks. The XFL has been known to do different things, so why not cross the border?
Yeah.
Why not go to Toronto or Montreal or Vancouver? I'm going to assume one of those three big cities. You got to break the big barriers for.
I think they're a fool not to try Las Vegas right away. I think, especially with the amount of stuff that Las Vegas is building, especially with multiple football fields, with the incoming expansion of the
Raiders.
Yeah, the Oakland Raiders.
The Las Vegas Oakland Raiders.
But they just built a new stadium for their college teams.
Well, there you go.
So, I mean, they definitely have the facilities. They definitely have the want. They have the money. I mean, it's a no-brainer, I think. Las Vegas is going to become a huge, major sports city moving forward.
I think they already kind of are with the Vegas Golden Knights really breaking down that barrier.
Yeah, but just wait till they get football. Wait till they get baseball. Wait till they get all the other sports.
You think they get baseball?
Yeah.
How many teams are in the MLB right now?
I think 32.
You think they'll have a 33rd team?
I would not be surprised in the next 10 years if we're talking Vegas and baseball.
Now, do you think they add a team or they just move a team?
I don't know. I just know in 10 years I would not be surprised if the MLB are talking a baseball team in Las Vegas.
Fair enough. That would be interesting.
When it comes to MLB, my predictions aren't as heavy as the World Juniors.
Fair enough. You heard it here first. MLB is going to Vegas, and Canada's going to win the gold this year. And was it 2021 we're talking about? No, you're talking about this year.
No, this year.
Canada's going to win the gold this year.
They're going to beat Sweden 5-2 in the gold medal game.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Now, I have one thing to talk about with combat sports. How about Randy Couture leaking a sex tape? How about that, That's all I have to say about
Captain
that.
America showing his shield.
Showing what's under the shield. Showing his butthole. No, I didn't watch it. Shut up. I don't want to talk about it. Let's move on.
Cauliflower is not only in his ear.
Oh, good God. He's got cauliflower balls.
He's got a cauliflower asshole.
There it is. That is the cauliflower.
His asshole actually looks like more of an ear than his ears do.
Yes, it's the cauliflower. It's like a really, really fucked up Play-Doh fun press. Just all sorts of stars and stuff coming out of there. It's the worst. Moving on.
Yeah,
Let's go to wrestling. TLC. Let's go to TLC predictions.
After we're talking about Randy Couture's butthole, let's talk about TLC.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. That could be a good band name. Randy Couture's Butthole. Hey, there's the Butthole Surfers. Is the only logical next step. Randy Couture's Butthole Surfers.
That's where Chocolate Thunder would come up.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So this Sunday, it's the TLC pay-per-view hailing from San Jose, California.
Home of Bailey.
Bailey's home, which I don't know if she's on the card, ironically enough. And in no particular order, I'm just going with what's listed here. The first match is listed is Fabulous Truth of R-Truth and Carmella versus Mahalisha, I think it's how you say it, is Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox. That's the Mixed Match Challenge.
Mahalisha.
Whatever. I don't care. It's the Mixed Match Challenge Finals.
Just say it slowly, you'll get it.
Whoever wins gets the 30th entrance in their respective...
And apparently a vacation anywhere in the world.
Really? When was that added?
I don't know. That's what I heard the other day.
And $1 million! Yeah.
Mella is money.
Yeah, I'm going to say R-Truth and Mella win this one.
I kind of hope so.
Nothing against Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox, but, I mean, R-Truth, I don't think either one of them are going to do anything significant in the Rumble. I think R-Truth would be funnier.
I think Carmella has a better chance of being a player.
But I think Carmella, yes, for the women's.
R-Truth does for the men's.
Yeah, I think...
But I do think it'd be really funny that R-Truth thinks he's the number 30 for the women's Rumble and then looks stupid. And then
yeah, exactly.
He gets a giant pop in the men's.
Yeah.
I'm already thinking that's going to happen.
Or he somehow gets 30 and then someone cons him out of 30 and he gets like 4.
Or he does like a dance break and then just gets eliminated
exactly.
by someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see him being comic relief in the men's, but I see Carmella actually not winning, but getting, being last 3 or 4.
I'm actually to the point where I'm wondering if the WWE, with the size of the size of the roster, whether it's 205 Live, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, if they honestly should start thinking about expanding this Royal Rumble to 40 people.
Well, they did
permanent.
They did the 1 year. And
no, but I mean,
I loved it.
I mean permanently.
I know, and I agree because you can have your surprise comebacks of the the older stars, but still have a ton of people from the roster. I agree. 40. Hell, do a 50. Fuck it.
No, you're gonna have 2 Rumbles that night.
So, it's Royal Rumble. That's all you do that night.
80 people in a Rumble.
Yeah. But how about you do a 100-person Battle Royal or 100-person Royal Rumble? Men and women, same ring, same time. There, the ultimate mixed gender tag match. Or mixed gender match.
Intergender Royal Rumble.
Well, same thing, whatever. Point is, that would be huge. Literally, 100 people.
Mixed Rumble Challenge.
Mixed match fuck around. Yeehaw. There we go. Book it! You heard it here first. Even if you don't do that, say do a 40. Do 20 and 20. Why not? Fucking, why not? Do it.
See, part of me kind of wants them to do a 20 tag team Royal Rumble.
And how would it work? Like, you have to eliminate both people? Or just
you
one?
have 20 teams.
Yeah.
And yes, you got to eliminate every part of that team. So, hypothetically, if Jimmy and Jay Uso, they come out together. But if Jay gets eliminated, Jimmy can still win it for the team.
Interesting.
But New Day only counts 2 people.
No, I don't like that. I like do it all 3.
No.
Because then you can have AOP, then you can bring in fucking midget there.
Nope.
What's his ace?
Trick Maverick.
That's the one.
Who lost the tag titles.
Captain P-Pants.
He puts the P in AOP.
Exactly.
But it's also it also allows, say, hypothetically, say Xavier and Kofi to be in this tag rumble, Big E to be in the Royal Rumble.
I like it.
So it's one of those things where it could be.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then you don't feel bad about all these tag teams not having spots, and you don't have to add them to the Rumble, because they easily have 20 tag teams on the roster.
Oh, for sure. And if not, you can always have a couple surprises from NXT. You can have 205 Live. You can have Lucha House Party.
Yeah,
there's a tag team. Was it Gallagher and fucking what's his face? Drew Gulak. They're a tag team of sorts. There you go. I agree with that. I like it. Moving on. Seth Rollins defending his Intercontinental match for Dean Ambrose in a straight-up singles match.
You mean his Intercontinental title?
Whatever, same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Not
Man, I'm fucking drunk. Leave me alone.
You had 2 beers.
I had 3, fucker. And I haven't drank beer since... When's the last time we did a podcast?
Last week.
That's the last time I had a beer. I also haven't eaten all day. It's hitting. It's hitting good. Anyways, who's winning this match?
Ambrose.
Yeah. I'm not going to say I'm surprised that it's not a gimmick match of sorts, but a little bit. A little bit. You think they want to do something? I mean, I know it's their first official thing, but you think they do something?
Yeah, but if they want to do this more than once, they might end it with something.
Yeah, I guess it's true. Yeah.
In maybe a pay-per-view where they're allowed to.
Yeah.
Part of me also wonders if they're going to have an Intercontinental Elimination Chamber match in February.
Did they do that already, or was it the U.S. one they did that with? I know they did it with one of them.
I know they did a tag team.
I think they did an Intercontinental one as well. Because I know I've been saying for years, do the, quote, secondary titles, end quote, in the Elimination Chamber too. Give the heavyweight titles a break.
It might have been the U.S., I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, why not? Fucking, why not? But the reason I was saying I'm a little surprised, because then you have the next match listed. Strowman versus Corbin in a TLC match, where if Strowman wins, he will receive a Universal Championship match at Royal Rumble. If Corbin wins, and Corbin will be stripped of authoritative power. If Corbin wins, he will become full-time general manager of Raw. Now, here's my thing. A TLC match, generally speaking, is you have something hanging you have to go up and get, where tables, ladders, and chairs are all legal. You can do it without, but especially with big guys like it is here, it just, to me, doesn't translate as well. That's why I thought two guys who have done the indies, who are, willing to take those risks like Rollins and Ambrose, could do much better with the TLC match. That was my thought.
I would have just preferred it to be a ladder match, to be honest. But I'm now more intrigued when it's not, because I'm more intrigued of the storyline.
Yep.
To be honest. Whereas I can understand, like, Strowman could lose a TLC match and not actually get beat.
Yeah, fair enough.
If it was like something's hanging above. However, this is also a good way to, beat Corbin, and it's like, okay, fine, not too bad. It's a TLC match with the Monster Among Men. Also, there's not a lot of guarantee that Strowman actually will compete in this match.
That is true.
So it'll be very curious to see what their direction is moving forward if Strowman isn't able to compete. Because there's a lot of speculation about Bray Wyatt being inserted in this, as he is the one facing Baron Corbin at house shows.
Well, there you go.
So, very curious to see, the end game on this one, because I do believe they are smarter to have both Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar not in the Royal Rumble match.
Yes.
So I would be very much for that being the title match at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm. Next match listed, Rousey versus Nia Jax for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. I'm going to say Rousey probably retains. I've lost interest in her again. I really have.
What did I tell you guys?
There was a moment there where I thought she was doing well,
Nope.
And then she hasn't improved since then.
Did I not say at last year's WrestleMania that they are probably going to rush the title on her when she is not ready?
Yes,
so by next year she'll be champion, but you're probably wishing that they would have took the slow route.
And don't get me wrong, I don't care about going faster putting it on her, but she has not done anything different. She's literally the same thing weekend. She's a cookie cutter. And that's why I've gotten bored. There was a time, like, when she first came in, she was winning, she won the title. I'm like, okay, cool. Hasn't done anything different since, and I've lost interest.
Yeah.
So it's not so much that I don't think she's good. I know exactly what to expect from her.
My thing is when you put a title on someone like that, it brings your perception of that title down with it. Now, if Nia Jax wins, it takes a lot away from Ronda Rousey already. Because she's never lost, she's never been beaten.
Yeah.
So, it takes a luster, especially going into WrestleMania. So I think it's a guarantee that Ronda Rousey is the champion after this pay-per-view. Now, what I do think will happen is that we're going to see something absolutely cultivate, whether it's something coming off a Rousey win and perhaps something with Becky or Charlotte. I think that's not going to be the story you're going to take out of this pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be something different, something that's going to be heading towards WrestleMania. And that is why I think WWE might actually not have either Becky Lynch or Charlotte win their respective match for the SmackDown Women's title. And we might very much see Asuka come out of SmackDown as champion at this pay-per-view.
Which, well, we're talking about now, so let's get to it. Lynch versus Flair versus Asuka in a triple threat TLC match. That's actually probably one of the matches I'm most excited for. That one, I think the three of them are going to be able to do some good work together. I'm absolutely stoked to see what they can do with this. I think either Becky Lynch or Asuka, I think you might be right with Asuka, but either that or Becky Lynch retains. I don't think Flair gets on this one. My thought is Ronda Rousey retains till WrestleMania. Charlotte wins the Women's Royal Rumble, challenges Rousey, and they could potentially close the show. Yep. That's my thought.
Also, the Intercontinental title was defended in the Elimination Chamber, but the reason why we really can remember is because it was a match where Ryback defeated Sheamus, Dolph Ziggler, Mark Henry, R-Truth, and King Barrett.
Okay, read it out a little bit slower again. What was it? It was Ryback?
Ryback
gone.
Defeated Sheamus,
okay.
Dolph Ziggler,
okay.
Mark Henry,
gone.
R-Truth, King Barrett.
So half the match is gone, and half of them are still going. Okay, fair enough. Anyways, moving on to Daniel Bryan defending his title versus AJ Styles, which I think will be a great match as well.
Yeah.
That's just a singles match. I'm excited. That one, and then the triple threat women's match, I think I'm most excited for both of those. And then for that one, I'm assuming Bryan keeps it. I have not seen Raw or SmackDown this week, but you were telling me that apparently Bryan defended the title against Mustafa Ali.
He didn't defend the title. He just had a match against Mustafa Ali,
which I think is awesome. I like that. It's out of left field. It's different. I like that. It actually makes me want to watch SmackDown now. Will I? Maybe. I don't know. I'm busy.
Well, it's the opening match, so at least watch the beginning part of it.
I will fucking watch the beginning then. Get off my back.
It really wasn't a bad show for SmackDown. I much rather, from what I saw, I actually enjoyed SmackDown overall.
Which is, I don't know.
But I did actually enjoy the TLC match between Baron Corbin and Seth Rollins.
Which I didn't see either. Yeah. Fair enough. I have a couple things to catch up. I haven't watched the last 3 weeks of NXT. Last 2 weeks of NXT UK. Which, by the way, let's talk about it a little bit. Those NXT UK tag titles. Woo! Those are nice.
A little bit of struggle-ish.
Those are a little bit of fucking alright. Those are beauty. Or as they say over in Connecticut area, nice. I have no idea if they say that over there. I'm completely making that up. Let's talk, yeah.
Okay,
nice.
Here's what they could say in the NXT UK division. Wunderbar.
Sure, man.
They do have Germans in there.
They do have Germans. Don't know why you're pointing at the roof of my truck, but they do have Germans. Point and laugh.
I don't know where else you wanted me to point.
At your dick? It's German.
My schnitzel.
Your schnitzel.
Yeah.
Moving on. Finn Balor versus Drew McIntyre. Drew wins. I don't care. It's a throwaway match. It doesn't really mean anything to anybody. Just gets them on the card.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean, I think it'll be a good match. Don't get me wrong, but it's just, whatever. It doesn't really do anything for either guy, in my opinion. Maybe it makes McIntyre look more like a monster, I guess.
Now, here's the thing. With Finn Balor being ill or whatnot for the last little bit, is that even another match they go through with?
Maybe eventually, yeah. Because I think I heard something about them doing something on Raw again.
Because, part of me also thinks that maybe, just maybe, they might actually take the Elias, the Lashleys, the Balors, the McIntyres, the Corbin, Strowman, and they might just make this a giant 6-man match instead of 3 singles. I mean,
that would make sense. They would cut out a couple matches.
There are 12 matches out. I wouldn't be surprised if this just cuts it out, and then
yeah,
maybe they make one big TLC match out of the 6 guys.
Maybe, because, I mean, the next match right here is Elias versus Bobby Lashley in a ladder match, where the guitar of Elias will be suspended above the ring. First one to retrieve it can use it.
Yeah.
Why not do a 6-man with that?
I just think, like, in this match, like, why don't you make, part of me actually has a feeling that we might see a 6-man match anyway, but it might not involve, Braun Strowman. It'll involve Bray Wyatt. However, I just don't understand the end game with this match. I mean, we've been seeing the Lashley McIntyre and Baron Corbin alliance. Is this going to come to play in this pay-per-view?
I would imagine so. Like, why not?
Or else, what was the point of having this alliance to begin with if it wasn't going to have any play in this pay-per-view?
Yeah.
So, I'll be very critical of the booking of this pay-per-view if they don't follow up with what we're getting on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, fair enough. So anyways, Elias for Bobby Lashley, it all depends on what they want to do with that. I mean, I would expect Elias to win that one, but depending on where they want to go moving forward, I can see Bobby Lashley winning with the help of fucking Half Pint, Junior Mip, Pipsqueak,
Leo
Brown,
Rush.
Leprechaun. Yeah, that guy.
He took a nasty corner bump.
You know what? He's a guy who I think could actually, I don't know if he's still on 205, but he did debut there. He's a hell of a worker. I like him. As much as annoying as he is, he's doing his job.
He pretty much took a whip into the corner where he actually went out of the ring between the top and middle rope.
Nice.
Yeah.
Next match is The Bar versus The New Day versus The Usos in a triple threat tag match for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championships. This one might be a sleeper. This one could be a sleeper for stealing the show.
I'm going to take The Bar to retain.
Yes.
My surprise for winning it would be the Usos.
Yes, I agree with that. I think New Day will not win. I would assume...
Actually, I'm going to change my answer. My surprise is New Day. And then they will have a open challenge at WrestleMania that will be answered by a 3-man group that we will all shit our pants over.
Sanity?
No.
I don't know who you're talking about. If you're talking about who I think you're talking about, they have 4 of them.
No. Omega Bucks.
Oh! That would be sweet. Okay, I take that back. Yeah, that would be sweet. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. That would be. Yeah, I take that back. That'd be fucking awesome. That, you know what? I want that. Book that! Fuck yeah, that'd be sweet. Because why not have the New Day be 6-time tag team champs and then lose to Omega and the Bucks? That was me just ejaculating.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Either way, though, I think it's going to be Kofi and Woods for this one because they're going to want the speed. Nothing against Big E. I like him. I do, but I just have a feeling they're going to want a little more
speed. Is this a ladder match?
This is just a triple threat tag team.
Okay.
That's it. But I just think that Kofi and Xavier Woods, I think they'll jive better with the Usos in the Bar. I think they'll be able to do.
Who did you say? Big E and Kofi?
No, Kofi and Woods. Is what I'm thinking.
I think I might do Big E and Kofi. I think they have. I don't know.
No, fair enough.
I think they might give Big E a shot. I know they're pretty big on Big E.
I don't get it. Anyways, moving on. Natalya versus Ruby Riott in a tables match that I don't give a fuck about.
Yeah, but guess what table Ruby Riott is going to have?
Like Anvil style table?
Table with Jim the Anvil.
Which, don't get me wrong,
on it.
I like that. It's holy. Like, wow, that came out of left field. Good for her for being evil, but still, don't care. I don't care about the Riott Squad. And it's not because they suck. Like, I think Ruby Riott's a good worker. I think Sarah Logan's a good worker. I think Liv Morgan is a good arm piece. But I just don't like them. I don't know what it is. I cannot get into their shit.
To me, I like them better on SmackDown.
And Natalya,
I just think they get lost in the shuffle on Raw.
I think they potentially all get lost in the shuffle. I don't know. There's something. No. They're not being used right, but I could not tell you how to use them better. That's the problem. And Natalya, I don't really care about either. Which, she's a good wrestler, but just, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. I don't want to feel like that, but I do. That's just
It's just not a personality that makes you king.
no. Next match, Buddy Murphy and Cedric Alexander. That'd be a good match. Good hard-hitting match for the Cruiserweight title.
Buddy retains.
Oh, I'm going to say Buddy retains, yeah. And then last match is Mysterio and Orton in a chairs match. These two work really well together. They have great chemistry. This will be, I think, another sleeper match. I don't think it'll steal the show. I think it'll be really good, though.
Yeah. It probably will open the pay-per-view.
I could see this one and the tag team triple threats both being kind of sleepers that have potential to steal. They're going to be really, really good. But I just don't think they're going to be able to be as good as Bryan Styles or the Lynch Flair Asuka triple threat.
I think Rollins Ambrose is going to be awesome.
Oh, sorry, that's that one too. That's
Yep.
Those three. I think those five will be. I think they'll space them out so it's like you have your highs and then your lows can.
You know what? I want them to really hit this show running and have those be your final three matches, and just be like, okay, fine. We'll see which one is actually our top.
I have a feeling that it's going to be.
I think they have enough.
Rollins and Ambrose. I think will close the show.
I think they have enough depth on this show where they can go boom, 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 and finish, and still have a good opener. If you have Orton and Mysterio open up the show,
Orton, Mysterio, then have the bar defend their.
I'll put the tag match right as your fourth last.
Okay.
Because then it's something different.
I'm also thinking, potentially, personally, I would have Bryan Styles, Rollins, Ambrose, and then the Triple Threat Females match as the closer. Because I think, honestly, they can do some good shit. I really do. Yeah. And how over Becky is right now, I think you could have a show.
I honestly think it's, what are you going to give the time to? If you're going to give a good select of time to AJ and Bryan, I don't know if technically you're going to get a better match.
No, that is true.
When it comes to the Ambrose and Rollins, I don't think you're going to get a match where people are going to be that much into the storyline and the characters.
Yeah. I don't know. Becky is quite nuts, but I don't know.
Also, do you not think it's very telling if you have a match that ends the show, like where it's tables, ladders, chairs, and this is a match that ends the show with just a regular match?
Yeah.
Or do you finish it off with a TLC match?
I would say, personally, finish off the TLC, but that's just me. That's why I thought the females would finish off.
Yeah.
But either way, any of those combinations of those three being the last three matches, I'm totally cool with. Totally cool with.
I just think when it comes down to like who are your most over, I do think it's Rollins and Ambrose. I think that story is the most over right now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's true. That is TLC. So that's what we got for that. Yeah. The one thing I will say also is Evolve 117 and 118 will be this weekend as well, Friday, Saturday. And Fabian Eichner of NXT fame will defend his Evolve championship versus Cassius Ohno, actually, at one point. And Roderick Strong will be on the show. He'll be one-on-one versus somebody, I can't remember. One of their Evolve guys. Street Profits will be defending their championships on both shows as well. So it's very interesting, and I really like the fact that, yes, Evolve is pretty much a feeder program for NXT in a sense, but the fact that some of the guys from NXT are going down to wrestle, I think is awesome. I really do. Because it helps the guys down there get better. It brings more exposure, because honestly, I couldn't tell you shit about Evolve. I really couldn't. I think they're out of Philadelphia. I know that Gabe Sapolsky's involved. That's all I know. But now they have guys from NXT actually involved. I'm starting to pay attention.
Well, it's because they do have a working relationship with the WWE.
You know, and that's what I mean. Like, because of that, I'm actually paying attention a little bit more. Otherwise, I wouldn't give a fuck. Nothing against them. I'm sure they have great product. There's so much wrestling right now, I can't pay attention to all of it.
Yep.
And then some bad news, unfortunately, is first with Dakota Kai reportedly tore her ACL during a live event. So she could be out for quite a while, which is unfortunate for the UK and NXT, both brands, because she's been doing both. She's I'd say more of a major character on UK, to be honest. But
I would say she's more of a bit. I think her name right now is more on the NXT, and because she's not in the title picture UK.
Fair enough.
But she is being used on the UK just to help it get a little bit more mainstream.
Which is unfortunate that she's been injured, because we don't ever want to see injuries unless it's to I don't know, someone we don't like.
Yeah, more or less.
And then also unfortunate the passing away of Larry the Axe Hennig and Dynamite Kid.
Yep.
Both within like a day of each other, which is unfortunate. But rest, I guess, what's the term? Rest in power? Is that what people say now? I honestly, they both, like, Dynamite Kid changed the game for smaller guys. Larry the Axe Hennig, obviously part of the Hennig dynasty.
Yeah.
Both very pivotal people for what they did. I never really watched either one of them, though. So, like, I'm kind of the wrong guy to talk about these two.
I kind of grew up at the tail end of the British Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Where Dynamite Kid obviously teamed up with Davey Boy Smith. And I think a lot of us grew up with Davey Boy Smith as a British Bulldog in the Hart Foundation with the 5-man group.
Yep.
That was kind of what we remember. I think a lot of us remember Bulldog Brett, Wembley Stadium, Dynamite Kid being the Jim Neidhart of Davey Boy's past, of the tag team before they became success of the individual status. But Larry the Axe Hennig, clearly the pioneer of the Hennig family there, gave birth to, as we know, Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, who then gave
Joe Hennig.
Yeah.
Which
he didn't give birth, but
he literally gave birth to both of them. And a completely unrelated note, yeah, you were right. Flames stun Flyers in overtime. Holy Christ. Philadelphia Flyers need to get their shit together.
They need a goalie, man. They have
They need
goalie.
something. That's brutal. Christ.
Can you tell me a team that has lacked so much in one position, so much more than the Flyers have lacked in goaltending? For 30 years almost, their number one issue, we don't have a goalie.
Well, they had Hextall for a while. When he wasn't suspended.
But how long ago was that?
I don't know, 90s?
Like late 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So
20 years or so, maybe? I don't know. The one thing that's lacking team-wise, I think Blackhawks, their entire team. Yeah, I can say that. I don't give a fuck.
But I mean,
Team sucks.
that's almost 30 years of not having a number one goalie or not knowing who your number one goalie is.
Well, that's the thing. They've had teams. Like, they've gone to the finals, lost to Chicago. They've had good teams in the past, but it's just been like they had a really good team for 2 or 3 years and then just dropped. And then got good again, then dropped again. Which they've been more up and down than a roller coaster. But anyways, last thing I have to say about wrestling is congrats to Vance Nevada for being named board of directors of the CAC. Good for him. That's awesome. I like Vance. He's a good guy.
Who at one point was not allowed to go to the CAC for 5 years because
he was banned from the States?
Yeah.
Due to legal issues. We will leave it at that.
No, it literally was
Didn't he go to the States and lie about working and then worked and then got caught?
He got caught because he had gear.
Yeah.
And then, because it's a well-known fact how stupid it is for Canadians to go into the States to wrestle.
It's because we're better and they fucking know it.
And but it's super easy for Americans to come to come to Canada. So
it's also really easy for Americans to go to the States.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
And some Americans don't know that difference.
That's the sad part.
Yeah.
That's all I got. You got anything?
No, not really.
I guess we really don't have anything coming up. It's the end of the year. I mean, don't you have PPW coming up a couple weeks?
Yeah, that's on the 29th of December.
There you go.
Where I will get my final crack at the Pure Power Wrestling Heavyweight Championship.
If you don't win, don't come home.
Okay.
Yeah. I forbid you coming back here.
Because Lethbridge, it's, just, a heaven.
Yeah, that's your punishment. Stay there, damn it.
Don't know if I want the people of Lethbridge listening to this podcast after that comment.
Well, you're the one who said it. I'm just laughing.
I know. But in as mere 2 weeks, I shall dominate the Pure Power Wrestling title picture and become the new champion.
For both of our sakes, I hope so.
Yeah.
That'd be really unfortunate if in 2 weeks the podcast has to stop because you're not here anymore.
I'll do it over the phone.
Oh, fuck, there we go.
Yeah.
the only couple things I have left, I guess, for me, I'm not doing anything. I mean, it's Christmas time. I'm on a break. I'm on a nice...
Do something, you lazy bastard.
I have been contacted by a few people for some stuff in this area, wrestling-wise, maybe. There's been some talks. We got some negotiations going on.
Is that greasy spandex place that we were talking about earlier?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, there's...
I don't trust CWE at all. No, just kidding.
Yeah, very funny. I like it.
Yeah.
But no, the negotiations are ongoing. That's all I'm going to say about that. I'm going to leave for now. For advertisement, Backbreaker Media, you're listening to it. Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Podbean, Podcast Player, Twitch, YouTube. Also, What a Maneuver. Go buy our t-shirts, Retro WE, and the Struggle t-shirts. Power Slam, $5.99 a month. And sign up using Amazon Prime. 30-day free trial. iOS, Google Play, Roku, and Chromebook. Website is 2-week free trial. And because Backbreaker Media really wants you to sign up and try and look up their stuff, using powerslam.tv, use the code BackbreakerFree. You get a month for free. So there's that.
You're welcome, Mike. We plugged you. Now, fuck off.
There it is. Also, backbreakermedia.pipshare.com. Tag Struggle gives you 2 free weeks, $5.99 for all our old content. So, yeah. We plugged you. You got plugged. You took it. Like the champs you are. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Well, that does it for episode 105. I'm Chris Parrish.
I'm Meniac.
And we are Tag Struggle.
We're real.
And we are
Spectacular. A little bit of all right. Struggle-licious.
Later, bitches.
When your heart's pounding out of your chest, you can feel the shaking as you're running out of breath.